Militarily Speaking, Episode 5, VA Lending with Melanie Aguto.
This episode, we talk with Melanie Aguto with Armed Forces Bank and discuss what options or programs Armed Forces Bank offers to service members in the military community. And of course, Tom, you know we're going to play Military Minute.
Yes. Welcome to Militarily Speaking, brought to you by Armed Forces Bank. This is Tom McLean, and I'm with my wonderful co-host, Jodi Vickery.
Good morning.
Hello.
You're in a good mood.
I am. There's a lot coming in this episode.
Apparently. Again, welcome to our show. We're excited to have you listening and learning about VA lending. And we'll share our Military Minute answer from the last episode. We'll see who won. We are honored today to have as our guest Melanie Aguto. Melanie is a military spouse. Thank you for your service, and VA loan specialist with over 27 years of mortgage lending experience. Melanie has become the top producing VA loan officer at Armed Forces Bank since joining the team in 2002, and she's worked with veterans, active duty military, and civilians on their home loans across the United States. Melanie knows how important it is for a client to work with a loan officer who understands their needs, will work hard to find the very best loan program, and ensure the process is accomplished with integrity and ease. As a military spouse of 20 years, Melanie is able to understand her VA clients. She's walked a mile in their shoes after all, and effortlessly guide them through the often confusing home loan process. She is also a member of the Military Community Spouses Club and serves as a senior military spouse advisor within the community she resides. Welcome, Melanie. We're so happy to have you here today.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be part of this.
Oh, yeah. No, it's great to have you here, and we're appreciative of your time. And I was just going to say that Tom and I would love to hear more about your background. We both know you, so we're familiar, but we'd love for our audience to learn about your background as a VA loan specialist and why it's so important to understand your clients' needs prior to getting them started in this process.
So, Melanie, let's start with the first question. You ready?
I'm ready.
Can you describe the VA certification process for our listeners?
Absolutely, Tom. So yes, part of the VA certification process, the first step would be for us to assist our veterans and surviving spouses with applying for their VA Certificate of Eligibility, also known as the COE. They do not have to do this on their own, even though they can. It is our pleasure to do this for them. This Certificate of Eligibility also allows us to help determine their eligibility for their home loan with the VA loan process. And this document also tells us if the veteran is in receipt of any VA disability income. There's no cost to the veteran to do this, and it's our pleasure to do this as part of the free pre-qualification process that we do offer.
That's great, Melanie. I know that can be a confusing time for folks to figure out how to do that, and to know that somebody's there to either help them or to do it for them, I'm sure takes a little bit of stress out of the picture. What kind of programs, I know you're with Armed Forces Bank on our team, and what kind of programs does the bank offer mortgage borrowers, in particular to veterans?
Jodi, great question. We offer all types of mortgage loan programs. We have VA, FHA, conventional, and HERO programs. We offer these programs on primary homes. We do offer loans for vacation homes, investment properties, home purchases, and refinancing. But to answer your question, in particular to veterans, we do have our VA home loan program, which is the most popular for our veterans. It provides 100% financing, no down payment requirements. This is for home purchases and can also be used as refinance options. A great benefit to having a VA home loan with Armed Forces Bank is we do not charge any lender fees to our veterans on our programs, as well as having extremely competitive interest rates. And we also offer same-day pre-qualifications. Our goal is to provide our veterans and our clients home loan analysis and home buying education as part of this process as well. We can help them determine what they're qualified for, their buying power, and also refinance options and loan analysis for them. We can also help assist them to determine what their payment comfort level is and really what to expect as part of the home buying or refinancing process.
Well said. Thank you. I know that working with our banking centers out there, Mel, we know how much you take care of them, you handhold, and you provide exceptional service for every one of our clients that wants to come to you for a mortgage. So thank you for your service with our banking centers and our clients. So Melanie, I got another question for you. And Jodi referenced this earlier. You've walked a mile in the footsteps, or probably a lot more than a mile, because you've moved 14 times in your military career. What guidance would you give to those that are making PCS moves when assessing the home buying process?
Thanks, Tom. And yes, great question. As I know, and so many of us in the, that are families in the military know, PCSing is not always easy. It can definitely be an adventure. Some go smoothly, some go not so smoothly. But the key to PCSing and preparing to buy a home on the other end is truly preparation in advance and being educated on the process and being comfortable with taking those steps. Talking to your loan officer in advance and becoming pre-qualified is that first step in doing that. That way, you know your buying power ahead of time before the move. We can help determine what that payment comfort level is going to be at the next duty station based on the changes in the housing allowance, BAH. Things of that nature are very important to know before you get ready to move, so you're prepared as you get ready to PCS and start looking for homes on the other end. Does that answer that question, Tom, I hope?
It does. Well done.
That's great, Melanie. And I would suspect another part of that preparation is locating the property or the home that you're destined to purchase on the other end of that PCS move. What are some recommendations you might have for a family in that situation on how to find and select a good quality, reputable real estate agent or company?
Jodi, that's a great question. And as you're buying a home, it is the biggest purchase you will ever make. So there's many key factors that go into making that decision. Interviewing real estate agents ahead of time, reaching out to your trusted sources, friends, or suggestions of someone else that's used another agent. Those are all great resources. The key factor, I believe, is finding someone that you connect with, that you can align with, and that someone that you are comfortable speaking with that is going to work on your behalf is extremely important.
That makes total sense. Finding somebody you're comfortable with in a situation that can, even if it's going well, be a stressful time.
Yeah. So Melanie, you are a military brat and a military spouse. By the way, my quiz to you sometime during this podcast is tell me sequentially all 14 locations where you moved. Can you do that for us?
Oh my goodness. Yes, I can do it. It'll take me a minute to think of them in order, but I could do it. I wasn't prepared for that question, Tom. Okay, so we started in Leavenworth, Kansas, and we moved to Fort Carson, Colorado. From Fort Carson, Colorado, we went to Joint Base Lewis McChord, JBLM, in Washington. From there to Germany, Vilseck, Germany. From there, we went to Rhode Island, to Newport, and from there, we went all the way back across to Fort Irwin, California. From there, back to Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. And follow on from there, we went to Fort Eustis, Virginia, back to JBLM, Washington, back to Grafenwehr, Germany, back to the States to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, then to Fort Stewart, Georgia, and now here in Rock Island, Illinois at Rock Island Arsenal. I think I got them all.
Wow. I need a nap.
I know. I'm exhausted just hearing that.
I know. I've moved 5 times in 56 years.
The number of times she's chased household goods across the country and the world is amazing.
It's always an adventure, that is for sure.
Thank you for doing that. You are on top of your game, Mel. So to go along with the question I was going to ask you, what are some of the challenges you have faced and what things have been rewarding during your lifetime in the military?
There's lots of challenges and many things that are rewarding. For challenges, waiting on PCS orders can be a challenge for families. Trying to determine where you're going and in preparation for that, waiting for your orders to come, waiting for household goods, trying to determine the timeline of your household goods and what that next duty station looks like. Is housing available at the next duty station? Are you going to be buying or renting? Preparation for those types of things. Schooling for children is always, a challenge for those families as well. Moving's just stressful. It can be. But the rewarding pieces of it are truly that military families are resilient. They are strong. They support each other. And being part of this amazing military network is extremely rewarding. the friendships that you make during that time and your military family is like none other. And I will say that I'm honored to be part of Armed Forces Bank and able to share the knowledge that I have as a military spouse and moving, but also use that to help those clients and veterans that are looking to move and purchase homes on the other end. So that part is extremely rewarding as well.
I think we're lucky to have you, Mel, for somebody that can speak the language and put folks at ease. We're glad that you're part of the team. I want to shift the focus a little bit back to the loan product itself and loan education, because, this isn't a purchase that somebody makes every week. So it's not something that they're readily familiar with sometimes. And in today's environment in particular, I want to talk about rates a little bit and get your wisdom for our audience on that topic. Over the past few years, mortgage rates have been really at historically low levels. In some cases, that 30-year fixed rate was even below 3%. And now, we're going through this period of rapidly rising interest rates with that same fixed rate hovering sometimes even above 5% at this point. What advice would you give to our listeners about that volatility, how to feel about it, how to select the right product to meet their needs? And can you maybe provide a little bit of perspective historically around how to feel about where the rates have been and where we see them at today?
Jodi, really good question. We are in an increasing rate environment, and it is really important in an environment like this, when you are looking for a home and becoming pre-qualified, that you are conscientious of the rate environment that you're in. You work closely with your loan officer to make sure that your payment comfort level is really where you want it to be in an increasing rate environment. And therefore, you're working within your qualification when you're looking for homes on the other end. And instead of maybe focusing on rate, because we are in an increasing rate environment, really where is a payment comfort range and comfort level? That's what we try to focus on, is making sure that that comfort level is there for our borrowers and our veterans. And at the same time, making sure that they are purchasing within, their buying power, and being very conscientious of rate at the same time, and remaining really in touch with your loan officer as you're looking for homes, because rates are changing and we are in an increasing rate environment.
Yeah, I really like that phrase that you've introduced to my vocabulary today, that payment comfort level. I think it's really easy to get ahead of your skis, and you're on whatever website shopping for fancy homes and getting distracted by shiny objects and cool faucets and all the rest. It's good to make those important decisions probably up front before you start that process.
Hey, Mel, in a rising rate environment, which we are today, do you find that there are more conversations now about adjustable rate mortgages? Are those coming to the surface more? And is there any guidance you have on adjustable rate mortgages versus fixed rates?
Tom, that's a great question. Yes, as the interest rates do increase and we are in a rising interest rate environment, we do find more inquiries about adjustable rate mortgages in comparison to fixed rates. However, we're currently still seeing most clients choosing the fixed rate option and locking in with fixed rates, just from a peace of mind comfort perspective, but both options are available. However, again, the fixed rate is actually more attractive today than the adjustable rates at this time.
Okay. And I think, Jodi, part of your question was, historically, there a lot of our listeners may remember when rates even hovered in the 18% on the mortgage, and it wasn't uncommon to get a 5 or 6 or 7% mortgage, and the last few years people were getting below 3% or below 4%, and so the expectation is I want a rate in that range. And when you look over about a 40-year period, we're at historic lows right now, and even at 5%, people are finding that that's fairly inexpensive. So I think, to your point, adjustable rate mortgages may come up later if rates go up very aggressively, and if people normally live in their home for 3, 5, or 7 years, they may entertain an adjustable rate versus a fixed rate. Is that fair?
Yes, Tom, that's absolutely a fair statement. Depending upon the length of time that someone believes that they're going to be in a home or occupying that home, absolutely plays into the decision of what interest rate options they might choose, adjustable rate versus fixed rate, and what options are most important to them. The important piece that we can do for our clients is finding the best loan program that fits them, the best interest rate options that fit their specific needs.
So speaking of arms, do you mind if I throw in a little joke here? So
I warned you, Melanie.
Mel, I played softball. I was a traveling softball player, and I have a pretty fantastic arm. And so
He
a
says humbly.
lot of times there were some people, we got a little competitive. Maybe we got a little cranky on the field if we were losing. And if someone made a bad throw, you know what I would say to that person? I would say, I've seen better arms on a mortgage.
There's so many things to say
There's
right now, and I'm not going to say any of them.
I mean, that was a bad joke, Mel, but no matter how you look at it, though, you're going to use that joke at some point in your future.
Wow. Really are no words sometimes, Tom.
Yeah, that's a good one, Tom. I may or may not remember to use that one in the future.
Okay.
I wouldn't, Mel. I'd just go on and forget it.
Okay, let's.
That's what I'm trying to do real fast.
Yeah. So far, our listeners have left and come back. So they're back. So let me give you another question, Mel. The mortgage business has always been an ultra competitive business. People can obtain a mortgage digitally. They can obtain a mortgage through a bank, a credit union, a mortgage broker. They can even get seller financing. So getting a mortgage in today's world can be intimidating, overwhelming, and even confusing at times. Can you provide some assurances to our listeners and put them at ease by giving some calming suggestions to make the home buying process or mortgage process as painless and as easy as possible?
Absolutely, of course. And I agree, the mortgage process can be overwhelming and it can be confusing. Our goal at Armed Forces Bank is to ease and simplify the process as much as we can. We're here to help navigate through it every step of the way to make it as comfortable as possible. It is our responsibility at Armed Forces Bank and as loan officers to clearly explain all aspects of the loan process so it is not overwhelming, but truly an exciting process instead. Home buying and refinancing is one of the biggest financial decisions that you'll ever make. So trying to ease that process and make it painless is our goal and job to do for you.
I think after hearing from Mel and her expertise and her experience in this industry and in the process and the mortgages and being in the military lifestyle, that certainly she's someone that our listeners are going to want to find and ask more questions, and they can certainly do that through our website, right, Mel? www.afbank.com.
Absolutely. It would truly be an honor and pleasure to assist and be part of this process for our listeners. At Armed Forces Bank, we are here to serve our clients with their mortgage needs. So yes, please do visit our website and reach out to us. Do look forward to hearing from everyone.
That's outstanding. I want to just say my thank yous to you, Mel, for joining us today. And like I said a few minutes ago, we're so thankful to have you on the team. I've been blessed to get to know you myself from one military spouse to the other. And I'm appreciative of your time today to make what can seem like an intimidating topic seem less complicated to our listeners. So thank you for that. And we are going to invite you to hang with us for just a few minutes because, Tom likes to tell jokes and he likes to play games. So we've got one that we crafted just to keep him happy. It's called the Military Minute. We need to have some unfinished business resolved from last episode. And for our listeners, you probably remember last episode, our Military Minute was who said the quote, "Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it." So hopefully you had commented your answer on our social media. And the answer for you today is William Arthur Ward. That quote came up in the context of our discussion with Shauna Fleming from A Million Thanks last week. So watch for your name to get announced as the winner for last week's Military Minute. And to move on to exciting topic for this week's Military Minute, for our coasties out there, how long must a Coast Guard vessel be for it to be termed a cutter?
You mean length of
Lengthwise,
the vessel?
Yes.
Okay.
Apparently there's a limit to be called a cutter.
All right.
So we want to hear from you on that. You know what to do. You know the drill. We'll tell you the answer next week. So don't blurt it out right now, Tom, if you know, or if you've consulted your good friend Google.
6 feet. Yep. 12 feet.
Don't listen to him, folks. When you see our podcast drop, comment your answer on our Facebook or our Instagram account. If you're selected as the winner, the cool thing is, Tom, they get $50 for them.
I know my favorite part.
And $50 to a charity of their choice, which we love. And, we'll wrap today just by saying once again, thank you to Melanie Aguto for spending time with us. And be sure to learn more about Armed Forces Bank and the VA lending options that we offer at afbank.com.
Jodi, we're coming to the end, aren't we?
We are.
Mel, thank you again on behalf of our team here at Armed Forces Bank. And thank you again for the service that you provide to our clients every single day.
Thank you guys so much.
And if you enjoyed today's episode, which I know you did, Mel, Jodi.
Except for the joke.
There was a joke? Go out
One
to
could wonder.
Go out to afbank.com and subscribe to the show. Also, make sure to rate us. Leave us a comment on your favorite podcast platform, such as Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Till next time.
We'll see you then.
Bye. Copyright 2022 Armed Forces Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All non-Armed Forces Bank owned apps, websites, company names, and product names are trademarks or registered trademarks of their respective owners. Their mention does not imply any affiliation with or endorsement by Armed Forces Bank of them or their products and services. They are merely used as examples of the many available apps, companies, and websites that offer similar services. Before using any app or website, you should carefully review the terms of use, data collection, and privacy policy. Apps may have an initial cost or in-application purchase features. This information is general in nature and is not intended to be legal, tax, or financial advice. Although Armed Forces Bank believes this information to be accurate, it cannot ensure that it could change. Statements or opinions of individuals referenced herein are their own, not Armed Forces Bank. Consult an appropriate professional concerning your specific situation and respective governing bodies for applicable laws, such as IRS.gov for current tax law. Armed Forces Bank, the Armed Forces Bank logo, and the Militarily Speaking logo are registered trademarks of Armed Forces Bank.